Oh, that might be the one I'd pick. Generic Control, theduckgoesmoo here, back with another One Piece related video. Today we're reacting to the top 20 best devil fruits in One Piece 2021. This came out 3 months ago. Another one video beside it has way more views, but it's also older, so this one should be more updated. Last week I reacted to the top 20 worst devil fruits by Grand Line Reviews as well. I'll leave that video right up there and leave it down below in the description as well if you want to check that. I'll also be able to play this on my channel with all my other One Piece related videos. But you all told me, because I read every single comment, they told me check out the top 20. I know that there's the best devil fruit users. That's going to have a lot of spoilers in that, so I'm definitely not going to watch that one. I don't know when the episode 1's going to be out. I still need to edit that video, and if you want to edit, I've got numerous people asking to be my editor and asking for it. I will have a Google Drive set up, so all you have to do is just message me, and I will send you a link to the Google Drive so you can edit the One Piece video and show me what you can do in case you want to become my editor for me reacting to One Piece, which I am very excited to get into. I actually kind of like some of the top 20 worst, so it should be interesting. Shout out to the patrons, they get videos there early. Allow me to not have a paywall on the channel because I'm completely against paywalls, and I hope that you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos. But let's go ahead and jump into this video because I'm excited to learn about the 20 best. Because apparently there's no such thing as the bad devil fruit. I wonder what the 20 best are.
Devil fruits in One Piece.
Is he going to do the voting thing?
Utterly meaningless compared to this one, because this time.
Is he going to do the poll? Okay, yes. I love that he does that.
Everything One Piece. My name
like
is
you all have a huge say in my channel.
My favorite topic in the whole of the world thing, which is fictional fruit. But not
last week I did 20
worst
by him.
Because we are only interested in the cream of the crop, except not, because that implies more of a vegetable-based existence. So instead, we will be looking for the cream of the trees, delicious tree cream, if you will.
That makes sense.
In the video, we will also be giving away this here gift-a-bob to a random subscriber.
It's a good one today.
I can feel it deep down in my man.
But small, typically small.
But at this point, you may be asking yourself,
not really.
How could you, a strange internet man, possibly rank the best devil fruits in One Piece? And the answer is, I can't. But you can. Because I opened up a poll asking all of you to rank 100 devil fruits, assigning them a rating between 1 and 10, 1 being unusable, 5 being average, and 10 being unbelievably godlike. And to my complete shock, more
it might be one of the mythic ones.
Took up this monumental challenge, and I cannot thank you enough because that was a long survey. Because according to your efforts, we can now statistically see
how many options were on there.
The best devil fruits according to not just the opinion of one dude in one room, but thousands of dudes in thousands of rooms.
How many were in the poll?
Analyzing your opinions on fictional fruit, so please do justify my life choices by subscribing to the Grand Line Review for consistent injections of fruit straight into your YouTube bowl. But let's begin this list with a massive surprise. Because in 20th place is the Hana Hana no Mi, Nico Robin's hand utility fruit. And I did not expect to see this in the top 20, but across 8,000 people, it was given an average rating of 7.5 out of 10, which is amazing. Most fruits did significantly
that must be
worse, including Luffy.
He did that poll to make videos out of all of that for the worst ones as well.
But not great 7.2, meaning that this fan base as a collective appreciates Robin's abilities far more than they do Luffy's. I can definitely see why, because
she's one of the crewmates,
if not the most useful devil fruit for day-to-day
I didn't know she even had a
people have recognized
ability, devil fruit ability.
Thought is a bit of an underrated gem. In 19th place, we have another shock contender, at least to me, which is the Toki no Mi used by Toki, which in English would be the time fruit held by time. I really want to emphasize that a score of 7.7 is absurdly high, so the Grand Fleet applied a lot of stock into the idea of one-way time travel. But to be fair,
she can time travel?
Damn awesome. Aside from being given the opportunity to explore the vast and unpredictable future, it is a great get-out-of-free card if you ever find yourself in a potentially fatal or just not so great situation. And I've got to be honest, if I was making this list, I don't think that this fruit would rank terribly high. But this is why
how biased are these votes?
I love these little surprises in fan-based thinkery. Speaking of surprises, just as a warning, fruit number 18 is going to be a spoiler for anime-only watchers, which you can skip by going to this time, but for everyone else,
342. I appreciate that, and I care about.
The series is the Doku Doku no Mi, used by now Vice Warden of Impel Down, Mr. Magellan. This fruit is a very consistently popular choice simply due to the raw power of poison. Because no matter who your opponent is, you're probably going to be able to either kill or incapacitate them quite easily. It's almost like having a Loki.
Or maybe it hasn't appeared in the anime yet, so it doesn't really make much of a difference.
The poison
I don't know, whatever.
Means that people actively do not want to touch you, which can make any sort of fisticuffs very difficult. Plus, Magellan also quite ingeniously used his poison to invent a method of fast travel for himself, so it's a lot more versatile than you may initially think. Especially if
Wait,
your hobby
what?
has something to do with sitting on the toilet for up to 10 hours a day. I mean, just imagine the amount of Grand Line review videos that you could watch in that time. And I know that's what people do, because when they do it, they feel the need to tell me in the comments. Should I be surprised?
Cool.
No.
I don't get comments like that,
with
thankfully.
16th place, which is the Mochi Mochi no Mi. I'm not surprised that this fruit is on the list, but I am flabbergasted that it is this low. This special paramecia, used by a very special eel boy, potentially has the greatest balance of power and utility of any fruit in the series. For the right user, this fruit will make you practically invincible, but then again,
isn't there like a fear of like holes or something?
Because there are a ton of other fruits that just morph you into an elemental god right out of the box, including our number 15 contender, which is the infamous Meramera no Mi used by Ace, as well as his long-awaited direct-to-DVD sequel, Ace 2. But this fruit really is the complete opposite of the Mochi Mochi no Mi. It is 100% raw power. It's a lot of bang, I made a big fire thing, and now you are on fire. Although I should point out that Ace did find some creative uses for it, such as using fire as a fuel to propel his surf boat, and I suppose when you're wielding one of the most powerful natural elements in existence, there's bound to be a lot of potential beyond the art of fire fistage. This is also our first Logia fruit.
He was in Death Battle, so.
Unlikely to be the last though, because people, you know, they like Logia. Including our number 14th place, who himself has caressed the supple fruit body of the Meramera no Mi, and with a stunning average of 8.1, we now move to the Ito Ito no Mi, a devil fruit that's insanity can be summed up by the viciously unhinged smile of its wielder, Donkey Flamingo Bro. And with this one in particular,
I was trying to remember. I knew he looked familiar. I know his story.
How good the fruit is versus how fantastic the user is. I mean, it's capable of absolutely absurd things like healing your internal organs and creating realistic string-based clones, which automatically makes it a marked improvement over the general premise.
Best Genus, is that you?
Especially since Dofi's string buddies feel no pain and therefore feedback no pain to him. It's just a really solid fruit, and I could see it ranking anywhere between say 20th place all the way up to 2nd place. So long as it's near the top of the fruit salad, we are all good. But of course, we cannot consume our morning fruit salad without first offering up our prayers to number 13, who is a big Buddha man. The Hito Hito no Mi modeled Daibutsu
that's a mythic.
A remarkable average score of 8.2, and may very well be the closest thing the One Piece world has to transforming someone into a literal deity. Because I know that Buddhism doesn't acknowledge any kind of supreme being, but at the same time, this being is pretty supreme. What I've always been more
needs the box logo.
This fruit provides Sengoku with any enhanced mental benefits, perhaps even a sense of enlightenment epitomized by his physical form. You also have to wonder if he has a giant golden dick. Onwards now to 12th place.
Yes, he does. You don't even have to ask.
One of the most adorable devil fruits because it gives you these kawaii paws, but also one of the most insane devil fruits because it provides its user with the ability to repel literally anything, even intangible feelings like pain or abstract concepts such as this blue square next to a slightly smaller red square, which I'm going to interpret as self-worth. Mostly because it shows that you didn't have the commitment to learn how to draw a bowl of fruit. In any case, Kuma can zap that right out of you, as well as other things like fast travel to chance notes anywhere on the planet. Fantastic fruit, and it absolutely deserves its spot. As does number 11, which is the infamous Hobi Hobi no Mi, one that I tend to linger on quite a bit in these sorts of discussions, because it really is more like 3 devil fruits crammed into one. I mean, to go through the checklist, we have the ability to turn anyone you touch into an instant toy slave, the power to erase the memories of all those who knew the toy in question, thus making this the only devil fruit to affect people who were not targeted by the fruit itself. And finally, there's also eternal youth because why not? Upon consuming this fruit, you will become frozen in a permanent state of whatever age you ate it. Although something not often mentioned is that the people you turn into toys also happen to achieve a form of eternal youth, or at least frozen age, because if and when they are turned back into their biological liquid sacs, they will resume physical aging from the time at which they were transformed. To me, this fruit is easy to and perhaps even top 5 material. But I do recognize
it has all
its potential has taken a bit of a hit with some recent manga revelations regarding Haki, which means that abilities like the Hobi Hobi no Mi aren't quite as insane as we once thought. But
because
they're still pretty damn good. But now, let's apparently
there's been something recently that happened that was revealed, and I'm avoiding spoilers for that.
Space gift to a random
that is a terrifying Santa.
Today's present, in honor of our topic,
this will be another figurine.
I believe is an entire box of One Piece wafers. These are fun little snacks
wafers?
that come with very cool collectible cards.
I do have a
I've
food
been
reaction
addicted to
channel,
them
and I
for
just
little
posted
while
a
now, and as
video
result,
of
I
me
have
eating
a
my
lot
first
of
banana.
cards, but it's still not enough. And if you'd like to win this box of amazingness, then you just need to do two things. One,
I could try
subscribe
them.
to the channel or be subscribed to the channel. And two, leave a comment answering the following question. What is the best tasting devil fruit and why? And that is legit it. The winner will be announced in our community section, so go ahead, do the thing, and win the fun stuff. But now we're going to break into the top 10 with...
So they're not... they look
10.
like
And according
cards,
to you
like
guys,
card
that
packs,
would be
like
the
trading
Soro
cards.
Soro no Mi used by a certain Charlotte Lin,
8.7?
also known as Big Mom Mega Matriarch or
Who turns
Giga Granny. And I'm a bit surprised
people
to
in
see
the
this so high
candy.
because the fruit is quite conditional. Generally, to make use of the Soro Soro no Mi beyond manipulating your own soul, the target needs to be scared of the user, which is easy in the case of a giant
look at her.
Mother Beast, but it's much less easy if
Mother
Steve from
Beast.
Accounting had the fruit, because it's Steve, and we all know that Steve is a bit of a bungle nut. But just on this, there's an interesting
What's a
thought
bungle
out there
nut?
that Big Mom quite purposely turned herself into this aesthetically obese monster to enhance that feeling of fear. Because previously, she would have been at risk of instilling far less fear and far more erections. So we definitely need to be on the more favorable side of the fear
go to the fear.
Amazing fruit,
very
though, and
fear.
I can see why you've all plonked it right here. However, managing to defeat it with an average score of 8.9 comes the challenger that is the Zushi no Mi, handled by the gravitational geriatric Fujitora. I shouldn't call him geriatric.
No idea who
He's
that
not
is.
that old,
Never
only
seen him before, I don't
54 apparently. So I guess he's more of a semiatric. But the Grand Fleet seems to rate gravity manipulation pretty extremely high, and I cannot
there's
blame
a lot
them.
of gravity
If this
ones,
fruit was
like
anywhere
weight.
near scientifically accurate, it would be entirely broken, as would the planet. Thankfully, though, it does have its narrative restraints. Or maybe Fujitora just can't see the full potential of it. The joke there being that
Probably
he
a
is
good thing.
blind, because explaining the joke always makes it funnier. But
actually
penetrating the
blind?
9-point average barrier and thus ending up in 8th position is the Magu Magu no Mi, or as my Word document keeps trying to correct it as, the Hague no Mi, which I believe gives its user all of the abilities of Southern Holland, including the power to house your very own Dutch royal family. Not quite as good as the Magu Magu no Mi, which is why it's not surprising to see this fruit here on the list in the video that I am doing right now. It has been canonically identified as the single greatest devil fruit in terms of raw power, but where this fruit always falters
is that
for
one
me
that
is
changed
its
the
lack of
weather?
day-to-day use. You know, Sakazuki's not changing a tire with this fruit. Instead, he's probably just burning down the whole car. But it is an undeniably cool fruit, much like our number 7 place, which is the Here no Mi, managing to defeat the Magu Magu no Mi by a mere 0.1 average. But I do think that is quite well deserved. As much as Kuzan may have lost to Sakazuki in the series, I do have the opinion that his fruit is just plain better because of a lot of the stuff it can do, such as negating the one common weakness of every devil fruit.
Oh, so you ride the bike,
rides
the bike on the ocean?
Water isn't water. So the Here no Mi does inch out a victory here. However, it did actually tie with another fruit, which is our 6th best contender, being the Yami no Mi. Blackbeard's Dingy Void, much like Katakuri's Special Paramecia, has been identified as quite the special Logia, mostly because it doesn't do the things that
that was a
Logias
white
do.
beard.
It does other things instead, but those other things are pretty awesome, like negating the effects of devil fruits entirely. It was like Haki before Haki was Haki. And then just imagine adding Haki
It's
on
an
top
anti-devil
of that.
fruit.
Blackbeard is a certified devil fruit debunker, taking your puny fruit-based powers and destroying them with the facts and logic of darkness. I imagine that a lot of this score has to do with the speculation that this is what allows Blackbeard to have multiple fruits. That's not something that's currently confirmed,
so he's the
but
dude
if
that
it
had...
was,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I think this fruit
Yeah,
would
yeah,
easily
yeah, we
become
did-
number
yeah, I do
one,
know about
no
Blackbeard,
questions asked. But 6
I'm just more
is
familiar
not
with
1,
people
and
talking about
neither is
Whitebeard.
this number, which would be number 5, the Tori no Mi Model Phoenix, the first devil fruit on this list to be utilized by
I love
a
the
fellow
colors.
fruit. And without getting into spoilers, we have
That might be the one
recently
I'd
learned some
pick,
interesting
just for the colors,
information about this
dude.
particular mythical zone in the manga, which does significantly improve its status. So while previously I would have thought that this is in no way a top 5 pick, now it's pretty reasonable.
Notice how being a
Whatever the
dinosaur
case
is
may
not
be, a
in
9.2
this list.
average is nothing to laugh at, unless you're Marine Admiral Kizaru, whose Pika Pika no Mi has scored a mighty 9.3. Then you
Pikachu?
have the right to laugh, and oh my, he will. Much like Fujitora's devil
Why?
fruit, this is another one that would quite literally break the world if it were in any way scientifically accurate. And even in a fictional sense, it needs to be
a lot of things
severely
in One Piece.
nerfed just to exist in the story. But even with all of those restrictions, it is still beyond amazing. And it is the
What does
devil
it
fruit
do?
that I would personally choose to consume because I do enjoy playing with light. Observe. Light.
Oh.
Activate.
He plays with light? He can like manipulate light. That's sick.
It's just so much fun, and I enjoy
But at
sitting
night,
so high, kind of like Kizaru himself. For the bronze medal, though, we do need to issue another spoiler warning for anime-only watchers. And this
I guess it
one
doesn't
isn't
matter.
as big, but it's kind of big. I guess it would be kind of like a large medium. So you can skip to this time to find out which fruit came second, but for everyone else,
I don't know.
Here we go. Our bronze medal finisher of the Devil Fruit Olympics is the Ua-Uonami Model Seiryu. Now, despite the fact that we have been seeing this fruit in action for literal years now, this is the first
think it's going to matter
for this sort of ranking, because one of the many arbitrary rules I have is not ranking unnamed devil fruits, because names
what do you mean unnamed?
And they inform so much about the ability itself. And in this case, discovering that Kaido is less of a Rayquaza and more of a Magikarp is incredibly relevant, because it implies that
that's a big
this
difference.
Devil fruit may not instantly give you access to big, scary dragon powers, and you may be quite likely to begin your devil fruit career as a splishy, splashy fishy. Not that anyone cares, because this fruit took home a ludicrous average of 9.3, so
people like dragons.
As for the silver medal, I find this quite shocking, and that is a mildly intended pun, because it is the Gorogoro no Mi, also known as the fearsome overlord of the entire Paramecia class. And this fruit is fantastic, but second place is like, that's pretty wow. Its supreme destructivity is great and all, but if anything, it's even less useful in day-to-day life than the Magu no Mi, and that thing was already quite questionable. So I do wonder how much of this result comes from the perspective of either pure destructiveness or a deep fondness for the mustached mountain that used it in the series. With all of that said, there were exactly 46 people who rated this fruit as a 1, which is unusable, which I only point out because 4 and 6 in Japanese can be read as Shiro, meaning white, which is why Edward Newgate is called Shirohige, white beard. So that's that is a fun little thing there that happened. And for more fun things that happened, I suppose
what is number
brings
1?
us to number 1, which is a bit awkward because we actually have 2 first place finishes. The Grand Fleet has determined that 2 devil fruits are worthy of a mighty 9.6 average. And because they're so neck and neck, I do feel like they both deserve the glory of first place. With those 2 fruits being the Ope no Mi and the Gorogoro no Mi, both of which essentially grant godlike powers to their users, and against more average opponents are nigh on invincible, even in very inexperienced hands. And I love this because I've always maintained that NL's Devil Fruit is the most ridiculous we have ever seen in this series, and potentially the most ridiculous that we will ever see. However, the Grand Fleet has made an addendum to that belief, equalizing Law's crazy powers. But we can also do something fun here and see which one of them got more 10-star ratings. And it was incredibly close, but the Gorogoro no Mi got 263 more 10-star ratings than the Ope no Mi. Still insanely close, and that's why we will be dual crowning these as the fan base determined best devil fruits in One Piece. And now to determine your next video,
they're like
how about
God
this one? Because there's always more to learn, explore, and experience
the character who
with
broke
this
a fan base
series, so I look forward
that's
to
a spoiler. That's a heavy spoiler. Very, very interesting. What video should I watch next? I mean, I will work on the One Piece videos. I need to get it out. The thing is, I had to get the banana video done because I've been working on the video for like a month. So I was just like, I gotta get that done. I gotta get that video out because it's been in the works for so long. I had to ship out some signed ducks. I had to get that. I had to, oh my God, I'm doing so much. I got to get my taxes done, which are pretty much done. And then I want to take care of everything else that's been like just weighing on my mind for so long before I jumped into One Piece. And that's why I haven't jumped in and started it yet, was because I had so much other stuff that's been bothering me that I wanted to take care of first before I jumped into One Piece, because I would hate to start One Piece and then stop One Piece and then take care of everything else and then keep going. I'm trying to do a lot here. This past week I uploaded 21 videos, and keep in mind I record, edit, render, and deal with copyright issues, read every comment, make every thumbnail, title, description for every single one of those videos myself. And yes, I do read every single comment on those videos. 21 videos in 1 week is insane. I can't believe I did that. I did it across 4 channels. It's absolutely insane. I have a One Piece reaction channel called The theduckgoesmoo. It should be linked in the description as well if you want to check that out. But hopefully videos will be coming soon, because now the banana video is done. The next one will definitely not take as long and definitely not be as difficult to do, so I will definitely be able to handle doing that as well as One Piece and get everything else handled. Taxes are almost done, so everything's coming. Just be a little bit patient. Don't worry, things are going to be great. I read every comment. Leave something down below. Let me know what video you want to see next, and I hope you have a great one for us today. Hopefully I made it better. But until next video, take care, and cue the music.
We were playing